safety and you turn her into your quarterback when the main quarterback doesn't work out, or the first one that you recruited.
You don't see this very often in collegiate athletics, but the Penn State seniors have an opportunity to win the national championship every year of their career, and Blair Brown, the senior, strikes first.
And Carpenter did her job. She's not flashy, still learning so much about the position, but she put up a hittable ball. That's what Coach Rose needs from her. She gave one to Brown right there.
They are 30-5. They are the second hottest team coming in. Winners of 17 of their last 18. Carpenter, the back set to Blair Brown, cross court, and interesting, Karch, with the lineups. They chose to put her up front to start it out.
Exactly. Penn State wants to get Blair Brown up there, and it's paid off. 2 points already. On the other side of the net, Julianne Fawcett, the big hitter for Texas, is only going to be in the front row a little bit, then go into the back. It's for matchup purposes, but it might be a risk. Fawcett in the back row, and still Texas does not score.
A 3-0 lead here in the first set for a Penn State team that has not lost a first set since October 9th. And not coincidentally, that has matched up almost perfectly with their winning streak. Dug up by Dorico, another one of their seniors, and Deja McClendon tools the block. The left side freshman hitters so important tonight for Penn State.
The one thing I like Carpenter did was go to the senior Brown first, then let Deja get going.
The quick timeout for Texas and a 4-0 Penn State lead. The last year's championship between these two teams, perhaps the best in tournament history. We'll take a special look back when we return. Still set point. Doris, the off speed, and the Texas Longhorns are up 2-0. Hodge, yes! Number 1 Penn State, number 2 Texas. A fifth set to decide the championship. Outside to Hodge. Penn State showing the heart of a lion. Comes from 0-2 down to win its third championship in a row. And just the third time in history that a team lost a 2-0 lead and lost the match despite the efforts of the MOP Destiny Hooker, who had 34 kills, but it was Penn State coming roaring back.
And that was probably the win out of the 3 that Megan Hodge and Elisa Glass notched for Penn State. I think that was the one, the hardest fought, the one they cherished the most.
The 2 seniors, Glass and Hodge, 141-5, the best record for a class in the history of the sport. They moved on to the national team, and McClendon with the block, and Penn State 5-0.
Penn State got to be very happy with the freshman start of McClendon, with a kill going into the timeout and then lining up perfectly on that block.
You got to wonder, Texas has been talking all week about how they've put the past behind them, but shell-shocked here to start this match. 6-0 State.
We saw Texas finally get the ball to Adams, but she didn't get the put away. It wasn't a clean contact or a connection between setter and hitter.
All on the service of Kristen Carpenter. Again, Penn State able to dig it up. Brown has it stuffed, point Texas.
We talked about it a little, but Penn State, every coach really faces a situation where, do I want to help my team score when the other team is serving, or do I want to help my team score when we're serving? Texas decided to help itself when the other team, when they're serving, which starts now for the matchups. But Penn State, the decision to help their team get Blair Brown up to the net early to score has paid off in a 7-1 lead.
A lot of injuries on both sides of the net, and one of the things Russ Rose had to do was play some freshmen a lot during the year, and Katie Slay is one of them. Did not make an appearance in the region final, but she's in early tonight. And on the overpass, Penn State jumping all over Texas here in the first. It's best 3 of 5. Games are to 25.
Mistake on that overpass. Got to keep the ball, that first contact, on your side of the net, even 5-10 feet off.
Fawcett trying to attack out of the back. Carpenter plays it out to Ariel Scott, and already, Karch, the two freshmen outsides have scored.
And again, thanks to Carpenter getting to a dig that was not that easy to make the play on, but she puts it in the perfect position. And so Scott scores, both freshmen off to a good start.
The ace for McClendon, who last year in Tampa was in the stands watching the championship. Now she's playing in the national semis, and Texas has to burn another timeout. Their followers stunned. They trail 10-1 in the first.
State.
We are
Penn State.
Penn State.
We are Penn State.
Well, sometimes for Russ Rose and for any coach, Karch, freshmen just don't know any better than to be nervous in a situation like this, and his rookies have 4 of the first 6 kills for a Penn State team. They haven't been a part of all these numbers yet, and they are contributing to what they hope will be a 4th title in a row. But look at that, the longest winning streak in the history of the sport.
And he has said freshmen do crazy things sometimes. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not, but so far, all cylinders firing for Penn State.
That streak ended in September, but their current streak of 22 postseason wins in a row is still alive. As Texas gets the kill, 10-2.
Texas finally getting a pass that they could run their offense with, and Doris with the easy kill behind the setter.
Brown tries to play it deep. Now Michelle Coker, the back set, sliding behind is Doris. She's stuffed. And Roberson puts it down. The junior out of San Antonio, Amber Robertson. Double-digit kills her last 3 matches. Texas will try and dig out of the early hole. Service error from Shadair McNeil.
That's certainly not going to help Texas's cause. You have to serve the ball in. They have so many weapons at the net. Good blocking in the front court, good defense in the back. Let those players do their job.
Penn State's most lethal server sends it deep. Melissa DeRico. Robertson now to serve. Ariel Scott beats the block, point Penn State.
That time middle blocker for Texas, number 8, Jen Doris, not getting her hands across the net in time. Ball fell between her and the net.
Big Ten Player of the Year, Blair Brown serving. Fawcett with the big swing. Net violation against Texas, point Penn State.
And we saw Texas do what you would expect them to, set Fawcett, because they're going at the 5-6 block of Carpenter. They want that mismatch, but she actually won that, controlling that play.
Number 5 White at the net. That is what Texas will try and go after. Here she is with the set outside to Scott. Another kill for a freshman.
Again, well placed by Carpenter. It hasn't been all season, according to the Penn State coaching staff, that they'd have both freshman outside hitters firing at the same time. So far tonight, they are off to a huge lead.
4th kill for Scott. Big swing out of the back from Robertson with the kill.
She's one of their best backcourt attackers, so good choice to go somewhere else. Even though they went away from the mismatch, they get the put away.
They have faced a lot of adversity this year. 4 different players missing at different times with injuries, including Bailey Webster, one of their starters, out for the year. Rico gets to it. Back outside to Scott with the tip.
Carpenter going over Fawcett on that play.
Came down funny on her leg. She's grimacing a little bit. Point for Penn State.
Penn State lineup, and serving is Kathy Bullico. In for Texas, Hannah Allison.
Quilico is on a set. Carpenter trying to shake off the injury, and a change on the other side of the net. A new setter for Texas. There's Hannah Allison with her first touch, and the kill for Fawcett.
By Julianne Fawcett, point Texas.
This is Carpenter when she out-jousted Fawcett. Her right foot lands on the right foot of Fawcett. Later this last rally, Fawcett going right over Carpenter on that play. Good connection between her and the substitute setter.
Blair Brown with the big swing and the kill for Penn State. So quickly, the change of Michelle Coker, the starting setter. We've been calling it a roller coker season and career for Michelle. She's 16-0 as the starting setter this year, but is replaced by Hannah Allison, who was the starter for the first half of the season.
And in fact, Coker hasn't lost a match that she started in 2 years since the semis exactly 2 years ago.
So Jarrett Elliott forced to try and shake things up early here with the big deficit for Texas.
18.
Fawcett now back to serve, trailing 16-7. Texas in the burnt orange, Penn State at white. The games are to 25, have to win by 2.
What a play.
Slay on the overpass, and again Texas into the net.
How about Quilico saving that pass that dribbles over the net? It's still in play. She has to make a play, puts it right on the money.
Those two have been so good together, Quilico and Dorico, that a lot of times we'll only see two people back there and serve-receive. They are excellent passers and diggers. Not that time. No answer for a breakout star in Rachel Adams.
Exactly. In fact, all 4 NCAA matches they've played, each coach afterward said they should set her every single time because she's unstoppable. She's put the last 2 or 3 away. Good connection between her and Hannah Allison, who came in off the bench to set. Could have set her there also.
Quilico with a good get. Deja McClendon, the freshman, with the kill. 18-8 Penn State.
Well, on paper, you would think that Texas would win the battle of the left side hitters because Penn State has 2 freshmen. So far, the freshmen winning that battle. Fawcett needs to get going, and Robertson, both for Texas.
McClendon will check out as she moves to the back row. Allie Longo on to serve, the freshman out of Littleton, Colorado. Service error, point Texas. The 2010 NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship concludes on Saturday night, live on ESPN2 at 8:30 Eastern. For more info, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. USC and Cal in our second semifinal tonight, and then the championship on Saturday. Dug up by McNeil, but no shot at that one. Katie Slade, the 6'6" freshman, dominant in the middle right now, her 3rd kill.
Carpenter saving it with one hand and getting a one-on-one situation. If you see one hitter against one blocker, the hitter should win almost every time.
The freshmen right now, Karch, have more points than the Texas team does. 10 kills. Point Longhorns on that play.
Little mistake by the Penn State middle blocker, senior Ariel Wilson. If she's not going to block and leave her outside blocker all alone, she has to help play defense, get that short shot.
The 10-1 lead for Penn State. Texas trying to fight its way back. And a miscue in the back that time for Texas, point State.
And that's exactly why Carpenter's in the game. Errant pass, she chases it down because she's so fast. She hurts you with her height, but she helps you with her speed. Puts up a hittable ball, point Penn State.
The thing that we've appreciated about Carpenter, she knows she's not an All-American setter. And even her coach, Russ Rose, says, you know, she's a really hard worker. And they love her spirit and her fight, and she's shown that in the first set.
Before a lot of practices, he says, where do you want to play? She says, wherever you need me. And that's exactly what they're doing. They need her at setter.
3 months ago, she was not a setter. And she has taken on that role for Penn State as Texas gets the point. Doris back to serve.
Another place on paper Texas should have the advantage is at in the middle with the height of Jen Doris now serving, and of course Rachel Adams.
The 6'5" senior out of Texas. Over to Allison. The substitute at setter, and Fawcett cranks it up. Point Longhorns.
And that's what Coach Jared Elliott was hoping for, the matchup of Fawcett, who of course is 6'2" against a 5'6" blocker in Carpenter across the net. The first couple it didn't work, but the setting change seems to have helped Fawcett get her tempo.
And after the slow start, 10-1, it's been an even match. Texas may not get this game, but they can carry that over into the second. And another good decision made by Kristen Carpenter.
Perfect pass there, right on the money, so Carpenter can put it down. She's in the front row, or she can set her hitters.
Fawcett long on the swing. 2 points away from the opening set for Penn State. Willico gives it back.
Longhorns. Back to serve for Texas, Hannah Allison.
Wilson sliding behind. Game point, Penn State.
Point Penn State. Into the Navy Lions is Katie Slade. Back to serve, Ariel Wilson.
Wilson to serve. Fawcett stuffed by the 5'6" setter, who turns it back, and the Nittany Lions take the opener.
Fawcett trying to bounce it straight down. You don't want to do that against a small setter. Coach Rose says, I don't mind small blockers, I just don't like bad blockers. She's a small blocker, and she still gets it done.